Alright, what's up YouTube? This must be fast 775 game come back to you guys with another episode of SNOWRUNNER on season 17. And yes guys, it is looking like today episode number 22, that's what this is, episode number 22, is going to be our final episode of this particular SNOWRUNNER series. So yeah, um, I just decided I wasn't really sure what to do for this video, which, you know, to be honest, I haven't really been sure what to do with most of the previous videos. I've just kind of been, since I've just been worrying about season 18 coming out, because I'm pretty excited for season 18, and to be honest, I haven't had the most fun in season 17. It's definitely a fun season. Don't get me wrong, but you know, it's just not as special as I would, you know, it's just not as fun. You know, there's just something about it that's just not, it's just not great in my opinion. That's it's a good season, but it's not brilliant at the same time. It's just a bit, you know, I don't know, lackluster, I suppose. That's all I can really, that's really what, yeah. I don't know, I'm already into, I'm not even 5 minutes into the video here, and I'm just kind of struggling for words, because I don't want to be mean to this season or anything like that. But unlike some seasons where I've genuinely said that I am sad to, you know, finish playing them on the channel, and sad that I won't get to play them anymore because we have finished them and that kind of thing. Unlike some other previous seasons, this season just I'm not gonna miss it. That's the problem. That's the problem I'm having at the moment. You know. Uh, Whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Onto a new season, anyways, and hopefully it'll be a good one. But yeah, so today there's nothing really brilliant planned or anything like that, if people are wondering. It's kind of going to be like the previous episodes, like I said. We've just kind of been doing the things that that I've had kind of set up for the past few episodes. Like, for example, this one right here, this job right here, which we're going to be doing, which is this logging trailer, which just very simply needs to be delivered up to this farm garage. That's it. That's all we're going to be doing here. Very simple. We're using the P16, which should be quite fun, or at least a little bit interesting, to try and use this to tow it out. I was going to use this thing as, you know, an actual proper long logging truck in this season, but unfortunately, this thing can't haul long logs at the moment. That was something I found out the hard way, because apparently it's a bit of a known issue that this thing has an issue with this since the start of the season 17 update. Apparently, yeah, it just doesn't work with the log trailer, with its own log trailer anymore. Or I'm not sure if it's since the start of the season. No, it's not since the start of the season 17 update. It's since the Pacific trucks were updated. It's since the Pacific trucks got that kind of mid-season update, I think. Yeah, essentially, I don't know, something with the tire weights was messed with on this truck, or the suspension geometry, or something like that. Something was messed with this truck to make it better. And that's all well and good, but apparently that broke the Pacific's pole trailer, its logging trailer. So now, whenever you load it up with logs, it's fine driving it without logs, but if you load it up with logs, the trailer starts to freak out, like really violently freak out. Which is, it's something. I think I still have some clips of it on my PS5, actually. If I find those clips, I'll throw them in here. But yeah, when I figured that out, I actually figured that out whilst I was kind of whilst I was kind of doing off-camera work, just some just some stuff off camera, because I don't show everything that happens, on camera, everything that I do in the season. There's usually a couple of small bits, like the only real things that I usually leave out are just the setting up of trucks in between episodes. So I might end off one episode with the map looking one way, and then the next episode I could have moved a bunch of trucks around or added a few more on the map. Just kind of brought them to depots to pick up stuff, just so we can kind of start the episode, and I'm not just driving from the garage to the first spot every single episode, because that would get old real fast. But yeah, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that I genuinely do in between episodes. I haven't really been doing it the past few episodes because, like I said, season 18 is on the way, and this is going to be our last episode of season 17 by the looks of it. Yeah, season 18 is going to be out on the 25th of June here, so yeah, not too far away. Yeah, it's next week really. It's next week. It's not too far away at all. So yeah, be pretty cool to get into a new season, and a new season that seems to have a lot of things going in its favor. Like, it really does. Like, it doesn't seem we've got 2 new trucks, we got a brand new region, Mexico, and it seems they've done a lot of work with the assets, so we're not going to be kind of driving around the same sort of environments, that kind of way. We're going to be experiencing kind of a bit of a new environment for once, because the environments in this game, I've said this in the past couple of episodes, it's the environments that we've kind of got that we get in this game or whatever, they are starting to just feel a bit dated. I feel like they've kind of run their course a small bit. I would like to see some new kind of things, that kind of way. But yeah, sometimes, yeah, it just takes a while for, I don't know, just takes a while for things like that to actually make it into the game. I don't know. Alright, well, we've made it up onto the main road here with this logging trailer, so that's not too bad. So now if we just drive up the main road here to the kind of the farm entrance, but I wouldn't call it an entrance. What's it? We need to drive up here this way, and then around here, and then we need to get off on this road, and then come in here and up here. Yeah. Yeah, it's not really much of a farm entrance. It's just a bit of a swamp that kind of leads into the farm. But yeah, okay, that's where we're going anyways. I might just cut until we get up to that bit. Oh wait, that's not the that's not the why did I think that was the place to drive off? It's not here. It's a little bit further. It's a little bit further. All right, here we are. Yeah, that was I almost just drove off into the ditch there. I would have just ended up where that kind of tree is. That's what would have happened there, and then we would have been probably stuck on our nose. Because there's no way, I don't think there's any way the P16 would have landed that. But okay, yeah, no, that's fine. I just had a bit of a moment there. Jesus, just forgot where the road was, or I thought there was a road there for a second. Oh hey, there's a little frog there for a moment ago. Is there a frog? A little frog there. There was a frog there. I saw. Oh, there he is. Frog. Look at that. Yeah, it's nice that they're still using that that they're still using that feature from. When did that come? Almaty. I'm pretty sure that was in Almaty, season 13, right? I'm almost 100% sure that's when that was added. Oh. Come on. Around. Bring me around. Yeah, there are a lot of things about this season that are going towards it. You know, in my mind, like there's just there is a lot of good things about this region, but you know, like I said, I don't know why, but I just kind of feel that this region is just a bit lackluster in some kind of way. I don't know what it is really. It's kind of a bunch of small things that kind of add up to be a big thing that kind of make me just kind of dislike this region a little bit. Which, you know, all regions have their fair share of things that I don't like in them, because not every region, and there's no such thing as a perfect region or anything like that. There's all of them have something that you're not gonna like in them, and yeah, it's one of those things. Now that I'm kind of trying to think about it at the moment, I'm finding it hard to put my finger on it. I'll figure it out though. Yeah, I mean, I did say in in previous episodes, part of the reason why I kind of feel like I dislike this region over others, anyways, is because when it was new, when it came out, it kind of felt like it was a little bit overhyped, just a little bit. You know, it kind of felt like everyone was saying that this was this big new region and everything was new and everything was great. I don't know why. I don't know why I got that message, but that was just kind of the message that I got from kind of the things I was seeing on the internet, that this was a really strong start to the year 4 pass and all this. And you know, I can see it, but I just think I think it was just a little bit oversold, this region, in a few different aspects. You know, I think, yeah, it is new, and there is definitely a lot of things going for it, especially with its terrain complexity, and you know, all the mountains that we got and all the trails and all the places we have for driving on this map and everything. We got a good strong road network, you know, of regular roads as well. There is a lot of really nice bits to this region, especially from an off-roading point of view and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's not, you know, it's not hugely different to you know, other regions. You know, there's nothing there that really kind of sets it off, if you know what I mean. Now this region, it does set itself off a little bit in the way that it, you know, looks, and it does look quite visually stunning in some places, but I find in a lot of places it kind of just reminds me of other regions, or if it just kind of feels like other regions rolled into the one thing. I don't know. We'll discuss more of this further into the episode, anyways. Because the last episode is kind of going to be kind of the main topic, I guess. Yeah, what else would it be? What else would I be doing? I don't know. Just kind of discussing the region as we end off with it, I guess. Yeah. Anyways, dirty dealings. Well, everything's been squared away. The trailer is on site. The farm's happy, and the swamp got the bird again. Okay. Thanks, you really came through for us. So that is 620 XP and 7,000 cash for that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for that, honestly. And with that job done, we have all the tasks on Zordanian Valley complete. So, yeah, that's not bad. That's good, no? Anyways, on to the next thing, which we're going to be going to the Valley of the Falling Rocks for, I think, the rest of the episode, probably. We'll see here. Alright, so here is our next thing that we're going to be doing. I suppose I'll just track it here. This is the Mountain Trail Inspector job. I don't really know what this is about, or what it asks or whatever, but essentially we just have to drive around the top of, or just kind of around. I think we're just going up to kind of the top here, and then just back down around here. It's not a big job or anything like that. It's yeah, it's simple enough. We're doing it in the Tatra 805 here, so it should go pretty smoothly. I think though, once we do this job, or once we have this complete, what we are actually going to do though is we're going to come back around up here to the top and do this contest. I think that'd be fun to do. Yeah, I might just quickly fast forward this little trail exploration thing though, because I don't think we're not really gonna see anything. So yeah, I'll see you guys here in a second. Alright, there we are. So that is Mountain Trail Inspector done. Well, the fact that you managed to get around means the routes are passable, and judging by your notes, there are no blocker obstacles or landslides. That's great news. Here's your reward for the good report. So 120 XP and 2 grand for that. So yeah, honestly, yeah, I don't know. That's decent for that. That seems pretty good, honestly. I feel like they could have paid us less for that, really, in a way. I'm not sure if this route. I suppose it is passable, but geez, I flipped the Tatra a couple of times there. It's a good thing I had the autonomous winch with me. But okay, that's all right then, I guess. I suppose because I'm so close to the fuel station, I'm gonna go over get fuel, and then I'm gonna drive back up here, and then we'll do this, which this should go terrible. We're driving the Tatra 805. This thing is so hard to control, even at slow speed. I can't explain it. I can't explain it, but this thing is ridiculously hard to drive. So this is not gonna go well. All right, guys. So I'm up here, and I'm pretty much ready to go, but yeah, this is gonna be hard. Now the good thing is we do have 8 minutes to complete this, but I still don't know if this is gonna happen, if we're gonna be able to do this. Yeah, I suppose the only way is to just go ahead and try. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting, because this is definitely risky, to say the least. Okay, go. Just go. Just activate it and go. Come on. Shift up the gears. I just really hope, for the most part, I can keep the Tatra here straight. And, you know, just that it will go where I point the wheels. Because so far, it hasn't really been doing that for me. Yeah, this truck is so weird. It's so overpowered. Like, it has way too much power. Like, genuinely. It just has way too much power to weight. Like, it's got an extremely powerful engine for the size that is. And it just flies all over the place. And I've never quite been able to get the hang of it, if you know what I mean. I have gotten the hang of it sometimes, but it's still like playing the lottery when you're driving this thing. It's so unstable. Even when I put on things like the wide mud tires here, I put the wide mud tires on this thing for once, think to myself, hey, it should be better, it should be more stable or whatever. It's not. Well, it might be a bit more stable, but it's much harder to steer for so yeah, it didn't really solve any issues. I thought it would. I don't know why. Yeah, this thing is just I don't know. Don't flip. Don't flip. Don't flip. Oh, don't flip. I said don't flip. Yeah, okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Yeah, this thing is really just one of those trucks. I just don't know what to make of it. You know, that kind of way. It is It's very hard to drive, but it's definitely a good bit of fun to drive at the same time. Oh, 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 did I damage my... Oh, I've damaged my engine. Oh, no, that's a problem. I don't think I have any repair points left in this thing either. Oh, no. That's... Oh. That's a bit of an issue, to say the least. Come on, keep going, keep going. Do we have time? We've got 2 minutes. We're 2 minutes in, I mean. We have to get to... We have until 8 minutes. We're still going pretty fine at the moment. Now, we still do have a good bit of a way to go, so I'm not going to risk stopping to try and repair just yet, because I'm pretty sure I don't have any repair points. I'm almost 100% sure of that. Come on, go. 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 Okay, and then we'll just drive around. We can't drive over that. I've checked before. Come on. Yeah, up this way. This is where it's gonna seem like we're gonna lose quite a bit of time, but oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's a problem. That's a problem. Okay, give me something. Give me something that can flip me over. Anything. Like, we have the autonomous winch, so we should be able to flip ourselves here. Oh, we're gonna lose so much time here. We're gonna lose so much time. Come on, come on. Go, go, go. Go. Come on. Come on. We've lost. Okay, we lost a good few seconds there. Damn it. Come on. Go, 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 go. High gear. I don't really like using high gear because this is one of those few vehicles that I think to myself, high gear is never worth using. It just doesn't work. Once you get into the mud, it spins the wheels too fast, and it just doesn't work because the thing isn't heavy enough to put its power down. So it just spins the wheels. And if you put it into high gear when you're like on the road or something like that, you're just bound to crash because it's impossible to drive this thing at high speed, that kind of way. Okay. Come on. You can do this. I am definitely talking too much, and this is probably slowing me down, but at the same time, I really don't think I'd be doing much better, even if I wasn't talking. So, yeah, it's a much of a muchness with this thing, Okay, 4:35. Yeah, I don't think we're doing this. What was the latest time? I think it was like 9:30. But like, even if we get bronze, even if we get like the slowest time, I think it still technically counts as completed. So it doesn't matter. So long as we finish, we're all right. So long as we don't have to recover, that kind of way. Okay. Ooh. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. That was actually a pretty slick move there. That shaved probably seconds off. Come on. Keep going. We get so bogged down when we're in the water, and it's not even that much water there, but we're just getting completely slowed down by it. Oh. Don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't flip. Come on. Come on, diff lock. Diff lock doesn't even really help in this situation all that much. Yeah, in this truck, it just doesn't really help. I wish this thing had always engaged diff lock, because it'd probably make it a little bit more stable, maybe. Probably not, but at least it might drive in a straight line better, that kind of way. What are we at now? Okay, we're at about 6 minutes. Okay. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna get gold here. I mean, it did take us like less than 2 minutes, or about 2 minutes or whatever, to just drive down the other side. So maybe it'll only take us 2-ish minutes to get up this other side, but I highly doubt that. Also, I haven't driven this bit of the mountain before, so I don't know what I'm doing. We haven't driven up this side at all. Jeez. And also, we're just bouncing off the rocks here. That's bad. Even with this thing's engine, even with the engine damaged on this thing, we still have too much power. we're still just spinning our wheels and just bouncing around. Oh, okay. Ooh, ooh, oh, oh. Which way am I going? I'm going up here, I'm assuming. I'm assuming we have to go up this way. Ooh. We are not, that was, yeah, that was a bit of a save there. I feel like we would have just rolled down the side there if I hadn't thrown out the winch there a moment ago. Okay. We're alright, honestly, we're doing better than I thought we would have. We've only flipped once. And, well, I suppose our engine is pretty damaged, but that's minor detail, minor detail. For this thing, it doesn't matter too much because we got so much power to weight that you actually don't really feel the loss in power. Oh, that was gearbox damage, okay. And some more engine damage, but that's probably not going to affect us too much. Oh, we're on 755. Okay, we're not going to get this done. Is this? Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, okay, so we got silver now. What's the silver threshold? I don't know. I don't know, actually. Where is... Okay, I can see the yellow box where we started. Yeah, so we have to get up over to there. Oh, jeez, we're gonna be stuck on this now. Oh, come on. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. I think we're alright. I think... What was it? Bronze? Oh, okay, we're bronze now. Okay. It's alright. We just have to get there before time runs out anyways. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, jeez, that's a big mud pit. No. Please don't just get stuck here, please. Come on. Move it. Move it. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Come on. Go. Go. Come on. Over that way. Over that way. Come on. Come on. Oh, jeez. Go, go. Come on. Yeah. 932. Okay, so what is that? 150 XP and 1550. So that's okay. Lord of the Cliffs. Phew. Not now that was a solid start. You're clearly no rookie behind the wheel, but try to tread carefully going forward. Those turns are sharp, and Lady Luck is fickle. If you're up for another round, just drop off the entry fee and put the pedal to the metal. So 150 XP and 1550 cash for getting a 932. What were the times there actually? Oh, I can't read them from here. I have to go up here. I could have swore it said that the bronze was like 9:30. So I thought we were going to I thought we weren't going to get the bronze for doing a 932 if I was yeah, I thought for some reason it would fail, but that's not a thing, is it? No, it was 8, 8:30, and 9. Okay, 9 minutes was the bronze. So anything, yeah. It's kind of funny that way. It doesn't, yeah, you can't really fail these. Well, you can fail them if you get yourself stuck and you have to recover. But, yeah, anything over 9 minutes was the bronze. So, yeah. You know what? Not terrible, honestly. I expected to do much worse, if I'm being honest. I really did. But the fact that we actually did it and we didn't have any too big of an issue, it's actually pretty good, if I'm being honest. Now, I suppose it is worth mentioning that if I hadn't flipped the thing, we would have gotten the silver. If I hadn't flipped it down, what was it, like here? If I hadn't flipped, we probably would have gotten the silver. That probably cost us those few... It was 2 seconds. No, it wasn't 2. It was 30 seconds. It was 32 seconds. What am I talking about? It was 32 seconds. but that still probably costs us the silver. Alright then guys, so I suppose we'll just move on to another thing here that we, or that I'm kind of set up and ready to do. We'll do this job here. This is called For a Rainy Day. And yeah, we actually have the Voron G series back out here again. So yeah, we're gonna mess around with this thing for a little bit in the our final episode of this season here. Seems fitting to use this thing. So yeah, we need to load up. What do I need to load up? I need to load up 2 cement. So this is going to be probably not very fun to drive with the trailer loaded and the front part of the truck not loaded. But we need to go up to the logging station here and get a load of short logs, and then we need to bring them up to the southwest village, which just for reference, we're down here. We need to come up to the logging station, and then we need to go all the way over here. And you know what? This is actually one thing that's actually bugged me about this season. There has been a few errors in it. This is not the first task that I've noticed. I'm pretty sure there was another task that had some kind of error in it, in the in it that just yeah it was confusing. But if you go into the task here, actually on the menu here, you'll see that it says Southwest Village, deliver oil barrels and packaged sand. But in the top right, it says cement and short logs. Like, that's completely contradicting it. Now, I have actually been up to the delivery point just to verify which one of these 2 things that it needs, and it is the cement and short logs. But that mistake that's there, that's been there since the start of the season. It still hasn't been fixed. And that's one of the things anyway. That's a small thing, but that ticks me off. Like, why is that wrong? I feel like that shouldn't still be like that. It should have been fixed in like the mid-season update, because like that's been there since the start. That is one thing about this region that has really ticked me off a little bit. It does have a couple of errors. That's not the only job. There was another job that had similar cargo listing type error, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I hope we can actually make this delivery with this thing, because I mean there's a pretty strong chance that we run out of fuel here. This thing is not the most efficient. It just hasn't, and since the mid-season update when they made it even, they made it worse for efficiency again, and then they what's it? Or did they make it? Yeah, no, I could have swore they did. What did they actually do in the mid-season update? I'm pretty sure they made it worse on fuel economy, and they also made its custom tire set worse. They're still a little bit better than, the standards kind of tires, which standard kind of mud tires here, like these ones, they're about 200 kilograms in tire weight. It was a tire weight thing. The custom set tires were 300 originally. Oh, no, go. Do not let that unpack. Okay, it unpacked, but at least it didn't fall out. That's not what I meant. This one. Okay, we're alright. Jesus. Okay. That could have gone very badly if we lost those, because, yeah, we'd have no way of, picking them back up. Even though I think I have the Tatra Phoenix somewhere around here, don't I? Where's the Tatra Phoenix? It's up there. It's a little bit far away, but we could have brought it down. Oh! What the hell is going on here? I'm sorry. Don't do that, please. Was it the trailer that was stuck? Okay, we got pretty lucky with that one as well. Is it? Okay, yeah, it must have been the trailer that was getting stuck there. It must have just been its wheel just kind of caught in that notch there. Okay, jeez. Please do not eject the cargo. That's the only thing I'm asking here. Please do not eject the cargo. There we go. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Okay, so what was it? I was back to what I was saying about the Voron. Um, yeah, I forget exactly what they actually did to this truck in the mid-season update. I forget what it was, but I do remember, at least I'm pretty sure that they made its fuel economy worse, and I think they made it a little bit less powerful. I think they did that. I'm not too sure about those things. I think that's what they did, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. It's been a minute, I forget. But the thing I know they did was they made its tire weights worse. Which, the custom set tires originally had tire weights of 320 kilograms, which made them pretty kind of effective for putting the truck's power to the ground. And they were also narrow, so they kind of had a tendency to really cut through mud. And they are still narrow, it's just they decreased the weight of the tires to 260 kilogram, I believe, which is still better than standard mud tires, which the standard mud heavies like these ones are 200. So it is still better, but it's nowhere near as good, so they don't really work as good because they do have kind of a they're not really they don't really have brilliant, kind of grip coefficients, if you know what I mean, kind of the mud and kind of off-road type ratings. It was the weight that really allowed them to put the power to the ground. So because they kind of got rid of the weight, they're just really not as effective anymore. They kind of lost their only benefit. So yeah, now they're just kind of a narrow, slightly heavier tire. So they still work, but they're not as good as a set of MHS one, at least not in my mind, because you're getting kind of the same performance, kind of the same performance, but at the same time, you're running a narrow set of tires, which means your truck is much, much more unstable. So I don't really think that's a fair trade. You're not really getting anything. You're just getting a more unstable vehicle because of the narrow tires. So yeah, it doesn't really do anything, does it? But yeah, I think they are actually changing this truck again though in the next update. I think they did say that they were going increasing its tire weights again. So there's a bit of a good part to that, I guess. They did decide to kind of go back and change that again. Now there's the login setup there, and I'm just trying to think, is there a way that I can drive up into there? I think there is. I think we can, yeah, if we drive over there and just up there, because we need to go to this bit, drive up through them couple of trees there. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, shortcut. I'm pretty sure I did this, pretty sure I drove over this way before. I don't remember when or in what truck though. But I'm almost 100% sure that I did this before, so that's the reason why I thought to do this. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that shaved more time off than I thought it was. That was super easy to do. That was extremely easy. Okay, so we'll just drive up here, and we'll just grab ourselves a single load of short logs here. Is it? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. We do have the logging crane, so if we lose them, which I don't think we'll lose them, I think there's a very low chance of that, we'll be fine. Honestly, now that I think of it, why didn't I bring a crane? Why did I bring the logging crane? Why didn't I just bring a normal crane? Because I probably could have done that. There's probably a combination of some sort, like a add-on combination on this thing for a normal crane with a logging thing. Because I'm much more likely to lose the cement than I am to lose the logs, but why didn't I do that? I don't know why. Why am I only thinking of this now? This thing has so many add-on combinations that you kind of just forget that, you kind of just don't think of the things that you can actually do. Or in my mind, I'm always kind of thinking, you have to have a logging crane with the logging add-on. That's the way, that's the way I think. You know what, and since we're up here, we may as well refuel here again. May as well. Fuel. Forgot I had this thing up here. This thing holds so much fuel. Oh. I left it an eye. That's kind of funny. Right, but refueled up, ready to go. Head all the way over to the southwest village here. It's gonna be a bit of a trip, anyways, because it's all the way on the other side of the map. But on the plus side, it won't be a very hard drive because we can just drive along the train tracks now that yeah, now that we have it entirely unblocked and everything. You know, everything's unblocked, and yeah, we can just drive the entire way along it. When did we actually do that? I forget. It was a few episodes ago. Yeah, but I suppose to just kind of circle back here and just talk a bit more about the region here, because I think we may finish up after I've completed this job here. I don't know, we'll see here, guys, but just get a few words in anyways. Like I said, one of my nitpicks about this region anyways is definitely the fact that there have been a few issues with it, especially like with the P16 is another example, that you know, kind of came and wasn't fixed. Well, I suppose, well, I feel like there isn't really an excuse for them causing a problem and then them not, you know, quick fixing it, or, you know, putting out a hot fix. But I guess maybe they just didn't figure it out when it came to the P16 and its logging trailer. But when it came to the missions and them listing the wrong cargo, I feel like that wasn't even really a bug. That was just something that was done mistakenly. I feel like that should have been fixed fairly fast, but it just hasn't, and I don't know why. Another thing that I honestly really didn't like about the didn't like about this season, and this one isn't really a nitpick. This is just fact. I just did not like the work sites in this region all that much. I get where they were going with them, being like, oh hey, look, we got these fun new little blockades that you don't have to do, but you can do them, because they will, because, you know, everything in this region can still be completed even without, you know, undoing all these blockages and that kind of thing. But and, you know, that made sense, and, you know, at first it kind of sounded like fun until you realized how many work sites there actually were, which I believe there was something like 20 to 26 or something like that, 20 to 30 work sites in this region. Yeah, they sounded really fun until you realized how many of them there actually were, and they sounded fun until you realized how hindering they actually were, because they, oh geez, that trailer is, it's okay, it's fine. And yeah, it was fun until you realized how much those work sites were actually going to hinder you throughout the region, because they were placed pretty much everywhere and in every single inconvenient spot. They were placed, you know, in pretty much every, like, you know, they were placed, there were too many of them anyways for a start, just to start off. And pretty much all of them were placed in such a way that they were blocking off access to a significant place, like somewhere that you would actually need to go regularly, even. Like, for example, the town on the first map, which was, you couldn't get to that at the start. You had to unblock a work site, and that was kind of a big one, because that town that was blocked via a work site is also where the trailer store is. And that actually brings me to another nitpick. Why the trailer store is just a little bit, it's just a little bit too far away, and it's a bit annoying having to go all the way over to it just to grab trailers. I wouldn't be as mad about it if there was a second trailer store on, for example, this map. If they had more than one trailer store in the region, I wouldn't be mad about the fact that they placed the trailer store so far from the garage, which I suppose they didn't place it extremely far or anything like that. But when you started the region and you couldn't get to that town, which you could get to it, but it was quite difficult to drive around to it each time. It was very annoying, and even when you get the stuff unblocked and you've got, like that bridge outside the garage built, which the bridge is an actual proper job, so the bridge I'm not as annoyed about. That was pretty annoying, but it's not as annoying as the worksite blocking off the main road into the town. And also the bridge that's in the town, that's also a work site that you have to fix. Like everything, it just feels like everything that could have been a mission was a work site. That could have been a proper mission was a work site. And I am definitely going on a bit of a rant with this. And technically speaking, yes, this region can be completed without completing any of the work sites, but it would take you about 10 times as long, I think, and it would probably drive you insane to do this region without completing the work sites. And that's kind of the thing that, really gets me. And yeah, they sound like a cool idea, but I just there was too many of them. There was definitely too many of them. We have almost all of them done. I think the only ones that we actually haven't done in the region are the ones down here in this swamp. I think the rest of them are done. I think the rest of them are all done. Because I think these ones down here, these are the only ones that don't really block off access to anything too important or kind of hinder you in too huge of a way. I just haven't been driving down here. I mean, probably if you were doing this contest, these bridges that are built around here, they'd probably be useful, but I haven't done it, so yeah. But anyways, that was a bit of a rant on the work sites. The work sites are just they were very poorly executed. That's the best way to say it. And it made it so that this region, like, according to this region has 81 missions, which is a lot for a 2-map region. Like, for example, the last 2-map region, Quebec, only had 64. Austria, 62. Almaty is an exception. It had 46, but still. Scandinavia, 67. British Columbia, 64. You get what I'm putting down. But yeah, this thing had 81 missions, and that's already a lot for a 2-map region. That's what I'm trying to put down there. But then if you add in all the worksite missions, that number goes above 100, which is crazy. Technically speaking, this region has more missions than, I'm not sure, it actually does have more missions than Washington, technically speaking. And North Carolina, maybe not. I'd have to actually add them up properly. I don't know the exact number, but it definitely has more missions than the base game maps as well. And like the base game maps are 4 maps, or 4-map regions. It's just this region honestly just has too many missions. It just does. I don't know how I'm finding myself saying that that's a bad thing, but it is. It's a bad thing. This region, it's just a bit too long, And then the other thing that honestly that kind of this is a nitpick. This isn't necessarily anything or anything, but there were some missions, especially if I'm thinking about like the temple mission, the restoring the temple. The ones where we were, bringing the stones up to the temple, I didn't really like those ones all that much because it just kind of made it the mission of restoring the temple feel kind of bland. It just didn't really feel all that special. I feel like there should have been some kind of special cargo that we should have had to, some kind of a special semi-trailer or something, special cargo type, new cargo type that we should have had to been delivering up to there or something like that. And there should have been a bit more cargo variety in the stuff that we delivered up to there. But yeah, not to be ranting on about it. I might have cut myself off there a little bit, but yeah, not to be ranting on about that. But yeah, the temple mission just didn't feel. I don't know what the way really is to describe it. It just didn't feel kind of special. It didn't feel like it was the big kind of regional progress, end game type mission or whatever. It just didn't feel kind of special. That's kind of the thing. And you know what? It is actually a decent point that I actually need to make about this region. It doesn't feel like it has a specific theme to it. Like, if there's one thing that I absolutely have to praise the original three regions, Michigan, Alaska, and Tamir, for, is the fact that they had a theme to them, and there was a regional progress that you were looking to try and complete, and all the missions kind of built up to kind of getting that regional progress, that kind of one theme, kind of fixed and up and running across all of the maps. And that was the kind of the best thing about those maps. Yes, they did have other missions, especially, tasks and the likes of a few outlier contracts that weren't kind of related at all. But everything kind of tied in very well, if you know what I mean. This is probably, this region, if I have to say, is probably one of the worst examples of mission structure in this game that I have seen in a while, or theme, or lack of theme, if I have to be honest, because the fields and the kind of fields that are Bloom and the temple are kind of considered the main regional progress bits, but the fields are just two jobs, and it doesn't feel like any of the other jobs that you have to do are really connected to them. The are really connected to actually getting them working. The temple is just kind of a few jobs. It doesn't really feel like any of the other jobs are kind of connected to it either. You've got the final job where you deliver the crane and the few materials, and nothing really too special. You have the couple of jobs where you bring the rocks and materials up to it, and yeah, just the recycling container. We're not even like bringing up like rocks or anything. It's not like the slate cargo or anything like that. It's just recycling containers. It just doesn't feel all that special. And then you have to remember all the other parts of this region that in the trailer and kind of in the kind of grand scheme of things here are kind of drummed up to be their own side. I don't know what you would call them, side regional progress, their own kind of bits of missions as well, because there's a whole plethora of other things. Like, there's the solar farm. This has a lot of jobs, and it kind of feels like it could have been its own regional progress thing. There's this resort down here. This was mentioned in the trailer, I'm pretty sure, and this kind of made it seem like this was going to be a big thing, a part of the regional progress. But it kind of feels like they're all their own confined missions. This is kind of all of its own confined missions. Then I suppose there's also the greenhouses to think about. I'm pretty sure we saw these in the trailer, and I think we saw these being built in the trailer as well. I'm not sure. I honestly don't remember, but I definitely remember when the region came out thinking to myself, those must be a part of the regional progress of the Fields of Bloom type thing, of getting all the farms up and running. They're not. There's nothing, like, it just feels like so many things were kind of left out of the bubble of the actual regional progress missions, if that makes any sense at all. And other things, the train line, this was another huge thing, and it's just kind of its own thing. It's not kind of really related to the regional progress all that much. Yes, you might have there were some missions obviously that you did have to do, but they just didn't feel like you were doing them specifically to kind of you know what I mean? Like, this felt like its own side plot in itself that could have been another regional progress type thing, but it's not. It's not in here. It kind of feels like they just kind of took this from season 3, which I really did like the fact that they brought back the train towing mission, but they kind of just brought it back and it didn't really mean anything in the grand scheme of things with the region and its kind of progress, if you know what I mean. And then there's even stuff like the and this one really ticks me off, the food factory. This thing, he fixed it in one mission, and that was it. Hey, and this was actually in the trailer. It was in the trailer. It was drummed up. Hey, you're gonna be fixing this food processing warehouse or plant or whatever. You know, it was kind of one of these things that was drummed up. And yeah, we got to fix it all right, but it was one mission. It's one mission, and it wasn't a particularly hard mission either, and it could be done almost immediately. Like, there was no real challenge to it. How did that make it into the trailer is what I'm wondering. Because it was one mission. Like, they could have just have easily said, you have to fix this concrete plant in on here. They could have said that you will be fixing the concrete plant, and like, this was just a one mission thing as well that you could have done really early on. And yeah, like, really I am really ranting on here a bit, but it just feels like this whole region, like, the missions just feel like they were all slapped together and they have no real meaning. And I'm sorry to say that, but that is genuinely just the way I feel. Yeah, and I want to get that off my chest before we finish up our final episode of this here. But yeah, the regional progress and just kind of everything in this region, it just kind of felt like it was slapped together in a way. You know, it wasn't really thought through properly. And the fact that, for example, like this mission here, this For a Rainy Day mission, the fact that this mission here has the wrong information on it when you look at it in the map is just kind of proof that this whole region was kind of slapped together when it came to mission structure. When it came to actually map design, I will say that this region is quite nice. It's not as nice as I heard some people drum it up to be. It is a very nice region. In certain areas you can get some really nice views, but in a lot of areas this map, it doesn't really feel all that different to me to some of the regions. It reminds me of Dawn quite a bit. It really does. And I suppose, what other kind of autumn-based regions have we had? We've had Almaty. It does remind me of Almaty a bit as well. The only difference there is Almaty had 3 huge quarries on it, so Almaty actually had something unique about it when it came to the map design. This does have something unique to it when it comes to map design as well, I suppose, in the sense that this is a very mountainous region. But at the same time, we've kind of gotten mountainous regions before, so having it be a mountainous region, but just in this kind of, kind of Dawn Almaty kind of look, it just doesn't do it for me. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. There's probably some people that are going to be angry at me for saying these things, but what can you do? You can't keep everyone happy. That's unfortunately the thing. Yeah, that's gonna do me here for today's episode, guys. Yeah, it was definitely a bit of a one where I just kind of went off on a few rants. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, that's going to be it for today's episode, and that is going to be the end of season 17 on this channel. We'll be going on to season 18 here when it comes out next week. So yeah, it's been good. It's been good. We got 71% done, so honestly, not too bad. But anyways, thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll hopefully see you all in the next one. Goodbye.